Good morning, Forex traders. This is Vance out of the United States. Welcome to my morning prep. I'll continue to share this session with the public for a little while longer. What I do here is just really for my own prep work and insights for our trading team. But for a little while, I'll just continue to share it with those of you who might be watching. If you're not currently on our trading team or a member, I want to let you know that on my website, forexautorwar.com, there's a big banner on the top where I'm creating a free training series here. I'm actually sharing pretty much everything that I know, because what's going on with our trading team in our member area is really just coaching. You know, if you just think of baseball, you know, there's no books. Well, there's knowledge, obviously, but really our emphasis is all on the coaching. So that frees me up to basically share everything I know, which is kind of cool. All right, let me get this window out of here. Again, I want to stress for those of you who are kind of new to Forex trading that what I do here is for your educational purposes only. All right, so in fundamentals, the talk has changed. We had a transition period where the markets stalled the past couple of weeks, and then they weren't really stalled. There was pretty high volume. It's just they went into a smaller range, and there was increased uncertainty, at least on the part of most of the speculators. And now what I see is more positive talk about the European economy, you know, manufactured or otherwise. But it comes, from what I'm seeing, it comes almost solely from the strength of numbers out of Germany. So the talk of the central bankers seem a little bit opportunistic to me. I think everyone knows that, for example, that the big drop in oil prices have been the main factor in slowing inflation. Information I think that they're using beyond the scope of its meaning. But bottom line is I'm seeing talk of a little stronger Europe, and fundamentally this changes the game a little bit. So I'll watch to see if this story gains any traction. When I looked at the major banks this morning, just as I saw in the fundamental story, for the first time, I see the major banks changing direction as well. One of the majors did it about a week ago, but others are now following. So that's a significant change too. Seeing the banks, like, no matter what was happening, they just keep selling the euro, selling the pound. But just today, they're starting to turn around and go the other way. So yeah, it's good information to know, I think. As far as the charts, I'm just going to pay attention to the euro and the dollar this morning. Real simple on the euro, top side key level right here at 1440. So we'll look for price to move above there for a potential trade. There's going to be a lot of sellers in this area. This is just what we would expect when we see this right here. It has come down through this trend line. Trend lines hold no magic for me at all. What this does is this shows that as price came up, here's where the sellers jumped on, and they were a little bit lower. They made it up here, but it's just showing. And actually, the better selling line is going to be right, something a little bit more like that. But that's kind of lost its value right now. But this one here, I think, has let me get rid of that one. This one here, I think, has some meaning right now. This is showing where the sellers ultimately fell. That's what it's doing. The sellers fell here and then a little bit lower, and so that it becomes a little bit meaningful here. And so the top side is held here, and then as far as this move back, it's holding it as a little resistance right now. But as far as taking a sell, you know, we're too far away from that right now. I'll post something else for the team if I see something change. But I'm not saying it's going to go up or it's going to go down. What I'm saying is I want to see price, you know, probably come down through here before I think about a sell, at least at this point, and then up above here for a buy. On the pound, it's probably just the opposite. We're looking at a key level on the bottom at 153.39. Keep in mind that this move here, which I thought was going to be hyper volatile this morning, around 4:30. This was speculation down at the release, so you don't have to pay attention much to this detail. So unlike, if you're just looking at the charts and you don't take other market conditions into consideration, you would think as price comes down here that this means something. It doesn't. This drop down created this tail purely on the release of the data. So the number that really matters here is 153.41. So if price comes through there, there'll be some buyers in there because they see that and they think it means something. But if it comes through here, that's where we'll look for a sell. Keep in mind that there's a lot of money committed to this top side, and so that is why that level does have some meaning. It's the 50% level of that trend. So your next support is going to be 53.24. And then, of course, you can see this really important level right here, 61.8. So there's some things to get through. Let's look at how big that range of movement is to that level. It's about 55 pips. So it's got some obstacles to run into through here, actually, as I look more closely. That's about it, I think. Again, if you're watching on the YouTube video, I just want to remind you guys that when you click to watch the viewer, like right here that I'm doing right now, if you click be part of the conversation, I think it's automatic if you're on YouTube, but you see some links over here, and you can see if you want to follow me on Twitter or you want to go to my website and click on that banner for the free training, you can do that. That's all for now, guys. I'm glad to be back with you guys. Members, I'll see you guys in about an hour in our live trading room, and we'll go over more details on the charts and the major bank trades. You guys have a great one. Thank you.